Well, it rained last night, but I stayed dry and warm. It wasn't like super rainy, but it was like drizzly rainy. Plus, I'm sort of sheltered by these oak trees, and they drip on me, so everything's wet. I mean, my clothes are still wet from yesterday. They didn't dry. My shoes are still wet, and my tarp now is wet. But that's okay. Everything else is pretty dry. My top sleeping bag is damp from me breathing into it with it over my head. I don't know if I can get this to show, but the hot coffee is the thing. I've been going stoveless for so long that I forgot how nice hot coffee is. It makes you take longer in the morning, but boy, oh boy, when it's all cold like this, it's great. And the hot dinners on a hot day are terrible, but last night my hot dinner was good because it was cold and I was freezing and wet. So I'm going to go back into the cloud, hopefully with more energy from the coffee and from the sleep and everything and the rest. I'll be able to find the trail in the fog. It's still a total cloud where you can not see very far, maybe 100 feet. So I'm going to start putting my stuff away now. I'm looking for the trail. I think I'm on it, but you can't see anything. Well, I've made it to the road. This road goes down to Bluff and over to Elmar Saddle. I'm leaving the wilderness, and because it's so foggy, I didn't see any shortcuts. I was hoping to take a little shortcut, take a little bit of this corner off, but that's okay. I'm kind of grateful that it's so cold, because if yesterday was hot, it would have been so miserable. But because it was cold, it wasn't horrible. But it was wet. It was like going through a car wash. Every now and then this cloud lifts, it's dropped again, and I can't see anything. So hopefully if I get closer towards the desert, which is kind of where, my next stop is around the Dulce area, hopefully if I drop, I'll get out of this cloud. Oh, well, the little faint trail led to the camp, which has a tree fallen on it. But it looks like there's a little flat spot for your tent right here, and another one right here. So this had been my goal last night. If I had known that I wasn't going to go through more car washes, I think I would have stayed here maybe. But it was, God, such a steep drop. I'm sorry if I'm moving the camera too much. I'm looking around. It's such a steep drop, so I didn't see water that looked all that palatable, and I have, oh gosh, at least probably more than 2 liters. So I'm just gonna go back to the road and continue on. Well, it's raining. I guess I'm not getting out of this cloud. I don't think I've ever been on a backpacking trip since before the PCT where it hasn't rained on me. I have such bad luck. If you want to go hiking in the rain, come hike with me. So I made it to the junction with the Upper Sisquoc Trail, and it's still raining, and I'm gonna go on to Dulce, where I suspect I'm gonna go through a car wash again and freeze my ass off. I'm surprised it's not snowing. It's so cold. So I'm here at Dulce camp. They always say it's disappointing and it's out in the sun, but it's not. It's in the shade. So maybe I'm not at the camp. Maybe I'm at an upper camp or a lower camp, or I'm not sure, but it's really nice. It's shady. There's all different kinds of trees, cedar trees, pine trees, oak trees. The creek is running. Maybe you can hear it or see it. It's usually marked on Hikos Padres. People come and say it's dry, but it's really nice now. If you were going to plan a way back here trip, this would be a nice place to come. Finally, some easy trail. Last mile or so has been nice. It was a pretty big struggle going through all the roses and down trees and stuff, but this almost looks like an old road. And it's beautiful. And all these ceanothus smell good too. And there's a creek off to my right. It's beautiful. Well, this home sweet home, it's kind of not the most beautiful looking little tent, but it's mine. It's mine for the night. I got a nice little creek down there, and I'm somewhere where I think I'm gonna get my feet dry or my shoes dry and then be able to walk all day with dry feet instead of wet feet. So I'm gonna have some dinner and take it easy.